and sturdy. Looking nice, looking good. Love to see it. Love it, love it. Think it looks good? Yeah, it looks good. Love it. Oh, I didn't see you there. But before we start, I'd just like to thank you guys for 600. You know, it means a lot to me that you guys actually love what I'm doing. You know, and yeah, you know. All right, let's start the video. But before we do that, so remember when I was talking about coins in the last video? Well, our good pal
Apanastantondo 5752
asked if I was going to explain the odds because that's a thing. So yeah, let's do it. Basically, the chance to flip heads always starts at 50%. Then you add your sanity points later to that number. So the formula is basically your chance to get hedged, which is 50, and then add the amount of sanity points you have, and there you go, there's your answer. But if you're still confused, let me give you all an example. So say I have 27 sanity points, right? Basically, it's just 50 at 27. Then that'd give us a 77% chance to hit heads. Very simple. But say I have negative 33 sanity, you know? Then I'd have a 17% chance of hitting heads. Simple! You know? So getting sanity is pretty simple, not gonna lie. All you gotta do is win clashes, kill enemies, and that's it. But you can lose sanity, so remember that. And how you can lose it is rather from egos, losing one of your sinners, or have sinking applied to you. It's very annoying, trust me. Well, if you do have a low sanity, you could risk your sinners going into panic, causing them to just sit there and do nothing for like a whole turn. Stupid. So keep that sanity up and don't spam egos. Well, egos that can corrode, that is.
What do you mean by that?
Well, if you have a very low sanity, and I'm talking about negative 45 type of sanity, but if you do have that low of sanity, then you'll enter ego corrosion or panic. But if you're in ego corrosion, then you'll end up being forced to use an ego that can target a selected few of your sinners. But after that, you'll be reset to 0. So just pray you don't lose any of your sinners during your little rampage, you know? Note that enemies don't have this restriction like you do and can just raise their sanity like nothing ever happened. So remember, it's not unfair and balanced, it's just a part of the game. Yeah. If you're the selective few that tilt their heads when I say status effect, then don't worry, that's what this video is here for. But in short, they're like conditions that can be applied to either you or your enemies through skills, egos, or passives. And there's a whole lot, so I'm gonna talk about the main status effects, I'm sorry. If you want like me to explain the other ones, because there are a lot, just say so. Alright, don't be afraid, let me know in the comments. Yeah. Okay, so before I get into how burn works, I just want you to know that most effects I'm gonna talk about have a 99 potency and count. If you don't know what that is, this is it right here. Just look at this image. This is potency and count, all right? So yeah, don't worry about that. Anywho, so there's two types of burns. The normal lame version where, you know what I mean, at the end of the turn, if it's stacked, then it does additional damage. You know, pretty lame. And then there's dark flame, but I'm not gonna talk about it in this video because, you know, yeah. All right, this is a personal favorite. Okay, hear me out. Listen. So basically, every time an attack coin is tossed, the damage is dealt by the amount of potency the bleed effect has. All right. Remember, this is a Suba certified. You know, don't add me on that. Okay, I really love bleed. Love bleed a lot. Probably the best. Never know. Don't add me on that. Don't really, just don't. All right, tremor. Okay, tremor. Thumbs down. Don't like it. Well, it's like a hit or miss with me. You know. If I have it, it's good. The enemy has it, bad, terrible, hate it. But if you love staggers, this is for you. All right, listen. When you get hit by a tremor effect, it raises the stagger threshold by the effect's potency. So remember, tremor equals stagger or something like that. I don't know. Forget about it. See this one. I don't really know. Somebody's telling me out in the comments with this one, but all that I can probably say is just you take fixed damage by the effect's potency. So I guess it's just like extra damage that stacks. You know. I don't know, don't add me on that. Actually, no, add me on that. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, so someone correct me on that if I'm wrong. Yeah.
Try!
So like, remember what I said earlier about sinking and how it takes away SP? That's it. It just takes away SP. So, yeah, they can't hit their coins. That's really weird. Yeah. Yep. Okay, listen up. Another super certified. All right, I love Poise. If you're like me, love like crit builds in certain games, or just fucking love random crits in other games, you know, this is your effect right here. On hit, you gain a potency-based chance to deal critical damage, reducing the count by 1 if you get a successful crit. And when the crits do like 1.2 times damage and all that. Yep. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna flash the image on the screen. If you're just listening to me, this is the time you should look at your screen because I don't know. I genuinely don't know. It's just I don't know how to explain it. What I'm looking at right now, yeah, I can understand it, I guess, but I don't know. Explaining it kind of tricky. Not gonna lie. Well, my lazy ass thinks that's enough to cover. If you guys think it's not enough to cover, let me know. Don't worry. I'm up for making a part 3 on the other status effects. Again, there's plenty more to talk about. But until then, yeah, I guess that's it for another video. Who knows? Maybe I'll make one tomorrow if I'm feeling nice. You know I'm lying. But yeah, that's it. All right, bye guys. Love you.